Ram Om. Shri Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. No, I think it is. No.
But I really am talking.
Oh, touching not. No.
No, sir. Oh, touch pad, touch pad.
The other one.
Hari Om.
Yeah.
Hariom Shruti, now we can hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up till so long we couldn't hear.
Okay, okay. Hari Om.
Hariom Swamiji, Hariom.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hariom Swamiji, Pranam.
Pranam, Pranam, Pranam.
Hariom Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam,
Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam, Pranam, Pranam.
Hariom Swamiji.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. What is to be shared today?
Swamiji opening the channel.
Opening the channel.
Opening the channel.
Channel of communication.
Yes, Swamiji.
Throughout Inquest of God, we find that, right from the second chapter, even the first chapter also it says, he cried, where is rest, where is peace? He was trying to open up the channel. Because of the intensity and the sincerity in that prayer, he could intuitively hear the answer. And in the second chapter, through the dialogue, he understood that Ram wanted him to take the final plunge. And then again he talks, remove the I-ness from me. Because of the sincerity and the intensity, here also he heard intuitively. That's why he said the prayer has been heard. And then throughout the rest of the chapter, many chapters, we find Papa talking to him. And in the heart pourings, it is purely an inner dialogue. So channel of communication can be done only by talking to him, by writing, That means the first and foremost tangible gain is we accept him, as the power, supreme power. We accept the subservience to that power. So it is to be done individually.
Yes, Swamiji.
It is an internal activity, purely an internal activity. Here nobody can guide us what language we should do, what should we. There is no protocol, there is no formalities or obligations. As plain as possible, So we are not allowing the intellect to play its role. The feeling, when you say sincerity, intensity, what does it mean? It comes out in the form of feelings, intense feeling. You are there, but you are not making me aware of your presence. This is too much for me to bear. And it should come from the bottom of the heart. Enough is enough. I did so many things in search of you. And finally I am back to square one. Though the mind was consoling me that I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. But basically, fundamentally, I believe that I have not reached. So unless you come forward, I cannot. Like that we bring out the real feeling. Even that we are not aware. But when we attempt to do that, the feelings get developed. And no other external prop, no external support. Here the greatest advantage in this channel is that there are only two. Me, the sense of individuality, and the power behind it, that's all. That is why Papa said, switch on your... God does not need an intermediary. If you think God can talk through Ramdas, He can talk through you as well, because you cannot accuse Him of partiality. Very clear, no? Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny Him in your heart? So we try to remove everything, In another quotation, he brings out, all these formalities, everything outward, whatever we are doing, it is in no way going to help us. So we pray to him now. I did this, I did that, but I know where I am. It has not enabled me to reach or to feel. The day will come when you have to leave all these behind. No garb, no sign, no cult, no creed, no paraphernalia. When the false conventions and ostentatious observances are broken through, the soul is liberated. For realizing the truth, no external paraphernalia is necessary. The day will come when you have to leave all these behind, go to meet the eternal in the perfect nakedness of your spirit, shedding all make-believe, forms, customs, traditions. Simplicity, spontaneity, and humility become the guiding principles of your life. You move freely with all, you love all alike, you break all boundaries set by the calculating and selfish human mind. You soar like a free bird in the infinite expanse of the spiritual firmament. You look upon all beings and creatures as the embodiment of the one divine, all-pervading spirit. Temples, ashrams, mosques, churches, synagogues, viharas cannot imprison your soul. You find your soul's delight and joy at all places, in the best as well as the worst. This clears everything, That means no external paraphernalia. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Under the banner of spiritual journey, we have been doing this, that, this, that, this, that. Probably to exhaust ourselves, He made us to go through all those things. And when we find, even after 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, what we have been doing is not making us aware of His presence within, which is the ultimate aim, then we cry out, we appeal, we pray. I have exhausted all my external tools, but still I feel I have not felt your presence. Intellectually I know that you are there. If you are not there, I will not exist. So enough is enough. Please open the door, come out and take me unto yourself. Something like this,
But he's denying me, Swamiji. So much I'm telling Papa.
So much I am telling God, He is denying me.
You can take him into task in whatever way you feel. That means the intensity is not there, according to him. We may feel that we have got intense aspiration, but again you check up for yourself. The needed intensity, nobody will be able to prescribe from outside. It is purely an internal, inventory we have to take. Whether all these things are there in me or not. Whether I exclusively crave for His presence. When I exclusively start praying for His presence, so many other things get sidelined. Is it happening in me?
Swamiji, I am not able to understand the statement. Why do you deny him the place in your heart?
Why do you deny him? Because he says, when you are seeking anything external, the implied meaning is that we are denying him in his heart. Because the moment he is there, we have to direct all our prayer to him only, Still, when we are attached to the externals, naturally we are denying him.
Yes, Swamiji.
But is he not guiding from within us?
Whether he is guiding from within or not, we should reach that stage and then only we can say that, no. These are all intellectual.
I have got to believe that he is always within.
Then the question does not. Then the question does not arise at all.
Yes.
That means we are feeling his presence.
Yes.
But we have to be very careful whether it is a mind's play or it's a real experience.
Sure. Yes, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Very well.
Think about it. This is a very important point that has been raised. Because we have been trying to reach a stage where we feel his presence.
Swamiji, one small doubt. That is, reference page 22 in our November vision.
regarding strive without seeking. See, Nisargadatta Maharaj answers in போட்டுட்டு அதுல கடைசியில கொண்டு வந்துட்டு being கொண்டு வந்து சொல்றாரு. The last paragraph, I do not ask you to stop being. Question is, what exactly do you mean when you ask me to stop being a person? I do not ask you to stop being. That you cannot ask. I ask you only to stop imagining that you were born, have parents, or a body, will die, and so on. Just try, make a beginning. It is not as hard as you think. What is the inner meaning of this?
Sense of individuality, no? Puja Mataji used to say us in simple words, Deha Buddhi, Deha Buddhi, Deha Buddhi.
Yes.
So those are all advanced, I would say. Let us have only this at the moment. I have so many things on my head. I am unable to take the load off. You must somehow accommodating all my limitations. You have given me a feeling that you are inside. I want you to make it a reality. Whatever that you want me to do, you kindly prompt me to do. If you feel that I have to do so many things for that, I am prepared to do it. But let it come from you. I have been seeking this guidance outside. It has not helped me so far. Such type of prayer. Feeling, it is not a prayer.
It's a feeling.
It is a feeling. A feeling comes out in the form of prayer, that's all. A feeling that makes us totally restless. That will immediately open up the channel of communication. When we go...
Not to do. It prompts us immediately to do that particular and satisfy that particular prompting. Or not?
Pardon?
That feeling within, if it is negative, and I deny that and I want to be positive means, he must come and help me to be positive always.
Whether it is positive or negative, we will, whatever comes from him, we will accept it. So now what is needed is, we don't want our intellect to play. How we should play, each one has to try and bring out a method. All these years we have been trying to get it from outside, even from Papa, even from Mataji, even from so many, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Nisargadatta Maharaj, so many, Ramana Bhagavan.
Yes.
Where are we now? Just imagine. So it had its own use, but for the ultimate, no. That is why Papa in this quotation clearly mentions about this. A day will come when you have to leave all these behind and go to meet the eternal in the perfect nakedness of the soul.
Hari Om.
That our real home,
Yes, I got that. Thank you.
So we know what all we have put on ourselves, and we have to remove everything, under the banner of spiritual discipline, spiritual journey. So many concepts, so many rituals, so many traditions, so many theories, themes. Everything we tried, not with an intention to load ourselves, but with an intention to have his presence. But still we find we are nowhere. We are still a seeker. So when will I lose the identification of the seeker?
நிச்சயமா பரமபதமா இருக்கு. மேல ஏணியில ஏறணும் இறங்கிடும் சீக்கிரம். இல்லையா?
Just think about it. No, you will find your own ways, your own answers. We draw inspiration from the life of masters, And masters can only show.
Yes.
Nobody can take us there. It has to be done. If it was possible, they would have done it, because they have no otherness. So they would have done it if it was possible. And every Mahatma they reached the height only through their own sadhana.
Yes.
All these things we don't remember again and again and again. We still look up to external prop, external support, external factors. So many things are compelling us to do it, not that we want to do it. And we become helpless. And the day goes on, week goes on, month goes on, year goes on. Outwardly we may be doing activity which our mind says these are all spiritual activities. But the ultimate aim of feeling His presence inside, at this moment, this is what we want. Not tomorrow or day after. So all our efforts should be on that line. It's a wonderful point that was raised. Very serious, And it is high time, we have hardly 26 days before us. Everybody has to tighten their belt and be ready for this. On 27th December, we have to say, just like children, when they catch hold of the parents and cry for something, we catch hold of him mentally and say, before 27th, you should make me aware of your presence. Even if it's a glimpse, it is all right, but you should, so that I will stop looking for you outside.
Whether it is possible in presence, in Anandashram, or in absentia.
Everywhere, anywhere, na? This urgency should be there.
Yes.
That
is at each and every second.
Somewhere in the corner of the mind, this should be there. Carry on with all our usual activities. Every day is nearing. You made us to take an in-depth study of In Quest of God. You made us to know that it is a manual for our daily life. You made us to unearth so many points. And it is not a theory, it is not a philosophy, it is not a tall talk. With evidence, with episodes, through anecdotes. You convinced, and what you did. Now I have to do what you did. Think about it, it's a very, very, very serious issue.
Yes, Swami.
In that Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Announcing the pressure within. During the Satsang centenary year, a year-long intense study was undertaken. That is why Papa said, through mere superficial churning of thought, Ramdas's words cannot be understood. You can throw light on them only when you bring with you the blazing torch of your own perfected experience. So he made it very clear. So now the urgency has to be there, no? And in that quotation he says, there is no paraphernalia. So all these started because somebody asked about the channel of communication, no? How to open up the channel of communication.
God's need.
Each one can take up any composition of a evolved soul and then mentally train. And you see whether the feeling wells up in our heart. So far we have been doing everything as an activity. It is not imbued with the feelings. Now we will see it is imbued with the feeling. Any composition of a great soul, if it is, suppose we are concentrating through a form, empty number. If we go through the poems of Papa, the impersonal aspect, there are plenty of such poems. So when we were so far reading it but not developing the feeling along with it. Visualizing that we are praying to the indwelling reality. Any poem, just to open up that book and you will find that. Or any song composed by any Mahatma. We sing, no doubt, but the feeling should be there, That is something we have not trained. One poem I will read. In all my thoughts, acts, feelings, I know my master and I are one. A stillness pervades my being. Love divine thrills in my veins. I swim in ecstasy unending. I'm one with him, still his child, a radiant part of him, yet himself the whole. A strange light fills my being, takes me on to the heights of joy. My soul flowers and becomes the cosmic oversoul. Now before my wondrous vision, time and space stand aghast. The universe bathes in the glory of truth absolute, ineffable. Another poem, my Ram. Going to the source, I met my Ram. Going to the source, I met my Ram. Then I found him also on the surface. And everywhere, on all faces, in all forms. Now I am lost in him, losing my eye. What a sublime consummation. What a beatific end. It looks as if into a reflecting mirror. Whenever I turn it, it is myself. I am bewitched. I live in a strange, ecstatic intoxication. My life is filled in a cosmic and infinite consciousness. My being is merged in the all-pervading bliss. I am joy and peace incarnate, vibrating the rhythm of eternity. Like that, any poem of Papa for the impersonal aspect. Suppose we are unable to go along with it, the feeling is not developing, you're not welling up. You go to the personal aspect. In any language which you are comfortable with. So today he is making it clear, you have been doing everything bereft of feeling. We have to add that feeling. How will that feeling come? Can anybody teach us? No.
By struggle. By struggle you can conquer.
A total involvement, total identification with it only can bring out the feelings.
Development of willpower and a gradual awakening to the real purpose of life.
When somebody comes and says they have lost somebody and when they cry, what happens to you then? What develops in your mind?
Yes.
You become immediately one with him and his sorrow become yours. That is what we want.
That is self-realization.
So that feeling, we are trying to understand what feelings are. God has given us umpteen number of opportunities to develop this feeling in us. Joyous moments as well as most sorrowful moments.
It is forward.
Suppose when we stand in the queue to have the darshan of the deity, suppose in between, instead of thinking else, we are only thinking about the deity and the various attributes of the leelas. And when our turn comes and when we open the eyes and when we see the deity, what happens?
Swamiji, it so happens my personal feeling, personal experience, when I was given, I had the chance. Papa has made me to just have the arati. And in that, his smiling face has come before me while during arati. I can't forget him. Is it impersonal experience or personal experience?
You know better now.
I know. Yes.
So we are trying to understand what is feeling. It is not a new thing, it is not a foreign thing we have to develop. It is God has given us this inherent feeling. It is inherent. Intrinsically, basically, essentially we have that feeling.
Yes.
Now we have to direct that feeling towards Him when we pray, when we chant, when we take to inward journey. Most important. So what should be the instrumental cause? When we pray to Him intensely, He will guide us. One sign is the tears will come. Not necessarily, but one sign. We will not be able to contain ourselves. That is why you would have shared many a time that when Narendranath, when he was trying, he cried, Yatranal ingene kathirikkunnu njan. In Malayalam it has been translated, it's a Bengali prayer. How many days I should wait for you? Vyarthamayidumo jeevidam Ishvara. Will this life become a waste, useless, unproductive? My house is not good for this thing, I know that. Kollaruthattoru palkudilengilum. When it is not fit for the occupation of such a mighty reality like you, but still you gave me the desire, to have you in my heart. Kollaruthattoru palkudilengilum aashayoden chittam nokkunnidange. Then he says, please don't stand on any formality. Audatyam ennadu thonaradu Ishvara. Don't stand on, I don't know how to receive you. I don't know what is to be observed when you come. I don't know all these things. I only want you. Okay, even if you are not in a position to stay there, at least for some time, അല്പമെന്നാകിലും വിശ്രമം കൊള്ളുകിൽ ധന്യമാം എന്നുടേ ജീവിതം ഓർക്കനീ. Even if you stay there for a few moments, I will be satisfied.
Okay.
It's a very touching. Mata Amritanandamayi, when she sings this, not only that she will be in tears, the hearers also will have the tears. It is set to a beautiful tune also. Yatra nalingine katirikkunnu njan. This is the raga. So then we mentally bring, suppose it is personal, we bring the deity before us, and then we catch hold of their feet and then develop this feeling. It is not merely a recital of the words. It is imbued with the feeling that we offer. So today's message Papa gives us is, you add this, develop this feeling. I have given you an umpteen number of opportunities to develop this feeling. It was all directed to the ephemerals, not to the eternal. Now the same feeling we have to direct it to the eternal, not to the ephemeral. Anything that is transient, any shocking news, when then it comes, naturally, the tears will come. When somebody is suffering, when we hear somebody is suffering, when we hear somebody's losses, to whom we are attached, we naturally, we will not be able to explain it in words, but he has given us a taste of what is the feeling.
Yes.
That feeling, we have been directing it to outside, which are all transient. He made us to understand that feeling directed towards the ephemeral, the transient thing, cannot help us. So we have to direct the feeling towards Him who is inside. This is what Papa said. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny Him in your heart? Please think over. Today, Papa is very particular. He made somebody to raise this because it is very important, very, very important. All the learnings, all our academic exercises, everything will bear fruit only if the feelings are coupled with whatever we are doing. And the feelings are spontaneous. It is not a product of our well thought out exercise. Just like the question paper we get at the examination hall, no idea at all, no? So it is spontaneous. But to develop that congenial atmosphere, conducive atmosphere for the feelings to sprout, we try to go through the compositions of. Yes, that is now Papa reveals. Why did he write poems, Because poems are very short. Books are quite a big one. So whenever he gets this ecstatic feeling, he brings it out in few words. He says, I remained apart from life universal, and I felt as a bird caught in a cage. When I am dissolved, that I amness. The amness is dissolved, the Deha Buddhi is dissolved. in world existence, in the universal existence. I attained my freedom. I soared into space, transcended it. I melted away in time, rose beyond it. I am the causeless cause, the one without a second. I have no form, I have no thought. I am above all emotion. Yet I exist. I pervade everywhere. I have swallowed time and space. I am the causeless cause. I have no birth or death. I live forever. Who can know me? There is none but I. I am knowledge and joy itself. I make the worlds and make them. I take them back, they vanish. Again I bring them forth, reveal myself. Those who have got this poem, again we are not doing it to bring one more addition to our memory, to develop the feeling, Every poem need not. Some poem will be instrumental in touching and kindling this feeling in us.
Yes, sure.
Or any song by an evolved soul whose way of communicating or the opening of the channel was through that composition. Appeal, praying. There is no other go, there is no shortcut. So we are praying to Him, kindly touch and kindle this aspect in us, so that we instantly become aware of your presence. Message is, when we do Ramnam, when we do bhajan, when we go through any writings, words of wisdom, whether the feelings well up in our heart, we should be crying, praying for that. We can, in our dialogue with Papa, we can say, your feelings were expressed in the form of words. I am only reading the words. I am unable to understand the feeling. Touch and kindle that feeling in me. We remember one song, many people may know. Pleading to this Chanda, Dheere Dheere Chal, Because today my Prabhu, my Lord is going to arrive in my house. This with feeling,
Mirabai bhajan.
Indra Devi.
प्रभु आएंगे, है ना, मन मंदिर में. So such things, we may sing, but are we really craving? Oh, he is coming, I should know that, The excitement should be there. So I must keep it clean. Whatever is possible, I try to keep it clean. So because he is coming. So like that, there are umpteen number of bhajans, compositions by highly evolved souls in whom the channel of communication has been opened Initially they made us to sing, they made us to enjoy the raga. Everything is okay. But are we really having the feeling that he is coming to my home? To me? What are the words?
आज मेरे प्रभु घर आएंगे जरा तू दीप दिखाना प्रभु आएंगे प्रभु he has Swamiji he has got Shri Krishna
आज मेरे प्रभु
प्रभु आएंगे
हाँ
जरा तू
हाँ then next
प्रभु आएंगे
he repeats twice, you know.
प्रभु आएंगे
If you remember right, the last word will be that he comes to stay, you know, रहने के. Words. English है? Hindi है? You tell me. You just tell. We don't want. We want that lyrics.
Give that song. Lyrics is very easy to understand. Very easy to understand.
इधर बैठी है ना? Lyrics slowly, you know. We will not be carried away by the raga. We will not be carried away by anything. We are definitely going to make an effort to go along with the theme. Premanandi used to sing.
His voice.
Everybody is hearing. धीरे Not clear. 1 minute. Lyrics, at least. It's not clear. To them, it is not clear.
The Swamiji will read, gives to Swamiji.
No, it's not for reading. We have to hear here and then.
No, lyrics.
Lyrics, you would like, right?
It's not there in the written form.
Swamiji, in phone we will take out YouTube.
Hold on the mic for me. I say, Chanda, धीरे धीरे आना, 2 times.
Chana.
Chanda, धीरे धीरे जाना. Yeah.
You need not just to give the lyrics.
No, we will go to Google.
Chanda, धीरे
Wait. You try Google. Google, you try. It is there. It will be
No,
there.
Indra Devi is mine. It's not Mirabai. Indra Devi.
He will sing.
Lyrics, so that I can tell them, no. We are trying to develop that feeling, you know.
Only lyrics, not singing.
आज मेरे प्रभु
Swami, the lyrics is there.
Give it to Swamiji.
One minute,
Let Swamiji, wait. Swamiji will wait.
You take that right. Google.
Symbols may be there.
Did you find it something?
Right. मेरा भजन
Swamiji, kitty. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot.
No, sound, no, you make it.
we don't
No
want
volume. Only lyrics.
Ah,
This is.
then
Somebody has to read it.
translation.
lyrics.
Translation is there?
Swamiji, it is 1 minute.
Should we play them?
No. Only lyrics. This is only lyrics.
Shall we play this full or?
No need of playing. It has to be read, Swamiji. पल पल करके बीत गया दिन प्रभु मेरे
Come
नहीं
here.
आए.
Come here.
Mike.
You come
You
here.
come.
Mike also gives.
You give to him. Slowly you.
You have to read this.
Oh.
See, Chanda धीरे धीरे जाना.
धीरे धीरे पढ़ना.
Need not be in the tune. Just
धीरे
the
धीरे पढ़ना.
हाँ, read.
धीरे धीरे पढ़ना.
I read out the.
हाँ, working.
चंदा धीरे धीरे जाना.
हाँ.
आज मेरे घर प्रभु आएंगे. जरा तू दीप दिखाना. चंदा धीरे धीरे जाना. पल पल करके बीत गया दिन. प्रभु मेरे नहीं आए.
प्रभु मेरे
नहीं
प्रभु
आए.
मेरे नहीं आए. पल पल करके बीत गया दिन. प्रभु मेरे नहीं आए. प्रभु आएंगे. प्रभु आएंगे. सांस सांस ये गाए. आधी रात हरि दर्शन देगी. आधी रात हरि दर्शन देगी. तू भी दर्शन पाना. चंदा धीरे धीरे आना. अंबर के कुछ तारे दे दे. अंबर के कुछ तारे दे दे. प्रभु का हार बनाओ. जरा सा रूप दे दे तन का. नुपुर चरण सजाओ. जरा सा रूपा दे दे तन का. नुपुर चरण सजाओ. भूल गए होंगे पथ प्रभु जी. भूल गए होंगे पथ प्रभु जी. जरा तू पथ दिखलाना. चंदा धीरे धीरे आना. भोले भले
बोले भाले.
भोले भले मोहन चंदा आवन कह नहीं आए. प्रीत लगाकर अपना बनाकर बार बार बिसराए. भोले भले मोहन चंदा आवन कह नहीं आए. प्रीत लगाकर अपना बनाकर बार बार बिसराए. पंत निहार रही है मीरा. पंत निहार रही है मेरा. जरा तू याद दिलाना. चंदा धीरे धीरे.
So this something like this, we try in whatever language we are comfortable with. That is very important.
This is the Hindi version.
Not that we should concentrate on this only. We are giving only an example in Tamil, in Malayalam, in Kannada, in Hindi, in Telugu. There are umpty number of compositions like this. So today we will try to search for that which we are comfortable.
Is it from Meera or the...
Meerabai. This is from Meera.
This is Indira Devi Swamiji.
Indira
No,
Devi.
Mirabai.
But Mirabai counted.
That's what they have written. Anyway, forget about it. All those are technical. Whether that is why we want to develop this feeling. Whether it is X or Y or Z, forget about it. Yeah, Google Baba says it is Meera Bhajan. So anyway, what is more important is let the mind not get distracted towards anything. So he is telling the moon, you slowly go, because my Prabhu is I. So my Prabhu, my Lord is coming. So that feeling, we should get. Again we get stuck to the words.
Looking into the sky, the stars, the moon, etc.
Star, everything he says number, he says, he is Hara, he is made. So what is more important is that the lyrics also we should leave and only the feeling should remain there. Lyrics are the revelations of their feelings. We must catch hold of that feeling. We unknowingly we get stuck with the words. The Mahatmas, the Bhaktas, they brought out their feelings in the form of words. Now it has been made clear by Papa now that okay, you have enjoyed all these ragas for some time and it gave you some joy, no doubt. But actual feeling has not developed. Then only you will feel that I am coming there, I am there. Coming there means remembering, feeling the presence, not that he is coming or going. But the feeling of presence is termed here as he is coming. He is coming to me in the form of remembrance. So that feeling is important and relieve all other things. This is the only way by which we can develop the channel of communication, and this is what is needed, and this is what has been explicitly brought out in Quest of God. Every moment he will say, how kind you are. That feeling develops in his heart. Even when the so-called adverse circumstances comes, he still feels the presence of him. How noble you are, how kind you are, how merciful you are, how compassionate you are. These are all the expressions of feelings. So even if we don't get any book, we again take up this In Quest of God and go through the words of Papa and try to get that feeling,
Similar.
So let that be writ large stamped in our heart. Feeling. Feeling is the expression of God. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Pranam, Swami.